Hi great people, you are welcome back to Secret Fashion House channel. My name is Fola. We appreciate as many that has been subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much. And if you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe today. Today we'll be learning how to make one beautiful Agbada Boubou. I'll be using these 2 years of fabric to make it because I want to make the shorter one, the short length. But if you choose to make the long length, go ahead and use we need like 3.5 to 4 years to achieve that. So, and I'll be using this plain fabric. For the plain fabric, you need very small of it, like a half yard. You use like quarter of it to decorate the front parts. So let's go. Yeah, I'm having 2 years here. It's on fold. Here we have this 36 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I will go ahead and divide these 2 years into 2 equal parts. One will serve for the for the front, one will serve for the back. And before I go ahead and share it into 2, I'll first of all measure the length I'm having here. Here I'm having like 45 or 45.5 inches. So the next thing I want to do is that I will be working with a length 40. I'm okay with length 42. Yeah, 42 inches. So I will trim away the remaining. So for this remaining parts, you can choose to use it to decorate the front part of your boubou, just to give it style. And you can choose to use the ordinary trims. So I'll go ahead and cut out my 42 inches now. And if you are using something like this kente, another thing you can do, if you have your 3.5 to 4 years, you can use this border to create style in the front. You can join it in this border, then let it be in the front. So you are good to do that as well. But because I'm using just 2 years, so I won't be able to do that. So now I've cut out the length I'll be needing. The hem allowance has been included. So here we have the 43 inches. So my 2 years has been divided into 2 equal parts. So firstly we'll be picking one to draft out the front, the back cut. Let's firstly draft out the back cut. So we'll get it fold into 2 equal parts. We want to get our neckline. So we come to the center part. The wideness I'll be using 3 inches. You are good to use a 3.5. But for this project, I'll be using 3 inches for the wideness and the 1.5, 1.5 inches for the depth of the back neck. Then I go ahead and connect it. I connect it this way, then I cut it out. Then I come to this side. When I fold it, it gives me 18 inches, So you are good to make yours like a 20 inches on fold. Depends on how drop you want your sleeve to be. Then you come to this side to get your armhole line. So you get your armhole line, get it between 10 to 11 inches. So for this project, I'll choose 10 inches. So I mark it, then I go ahead and notch it. That's all for the back cut. Now let's go to the front cut now. Let it be on fold as well. you come to the center front, come to this side, get your neckline, the wideness, I mean your neckline width. I use 3 inches. The same thing you use in the back, use it in the front. If you use 3.5, use the same 3.5 here. So leave it that way first. Then we get the armhole line. 10 inches is our armhole line we are using. So you mark it, then notch it. Then you come to your neckline here, just give it a little notch here. Yes. So then you now come to you open it to the right side. So this is your notching. You can just mark your notching like this so that it will be clearly seen. Then on this your notching, you just measure the way you want the depth of your front neckline to be. For this project, I'll be using 7 inches. You can use 8 inches. Use 7 to 8 inches. So I'll be using 7.5. I mark it this way. So I can just go ahead and rule it just to connect it. I mark it this way. I rule it this way to connect it. Then I come to this side. I get 3 inches to 3.5. Let me use 3.5. I mark it here. Then I connect it as well. Then I now grab my French cuff to connect from here now. From this 3.5, you can come down as much as 4 inches safe by this side. Let me use 4 inches. You can use between 3 to 4 inches. So from there, you now pick your French cuff, you place it this way. You are coming to connect to this end. Yes. So I'm going to cut it out this way now. So this is our neckline for our Agbada Boubou kaftan now. So the next thing we are going to consider is whatever you want to use to decorate it. You are good to use aso-oke. In that thumbnail you will see that it's aso-oke. They use aso-oke. So you are good to use any material of your choice to decorate this front part. So if you use aso-oke, you are good to decorate your aso-oke with stones. Then you place your fringe, or you get the aso-oke that already have a fringe. So this is what I'll be using, and I'll be using this red fabric, and I'll be using these trimmings to trim the edges. So, and if you are in a place that you can't get the trimmings, you are good to use part of your fabric. You just cut like 1.25 out of this. You just place your tape, get 1.25. So cut it out as it is. You can use it to decorate the edges of your front parts. So that is for that. So we are going to cut out this just the way it is cut out here. So to achieve that, what you do is that you place this on your fabric. Let me get the center part. Place it this way. Then you pin it down. Pin it down. This is the center. 3 inches. Mind you, so is depends on you. I mean, the length you will want for this decoration. So for me, I'll be using 17.5. So I mark it here, 17.5. Then I connect it. So I'll first of all cut out this. So mind you, I'm cutting only this red. So now I'll just go ahead and turn it to the front part to create my neckline. So as it is, when you are placing this, ensure that this one is the right side. You know, this one I'm using doesn't have a wrong or right side, so but it's right side. The wrong side will be facing the right side of your main fabric. So I want to trace it out here. Trace it out the way it is here. Yes. Then turn it to the right side again. So now, as it is now, you are good to remove your pin. Then you, for this center, then for this side, all we want, the size we want for this side, we are good to go with like a 2.5 or 3 inches. Let's use 2.5 is okay. You mark 2.5. If you are not adding any decoration, so you are good to use like 3 inches, so that you will use the 0.5. So you will use half an inch to fold it in. That is if you are not decorating it at all. We remove it. Then for the down part, we are going to shape it here. We are going to give it something like a V at the down part here. So let's do that as we remove pin from it. So this neckline, you know that you can't cut this neckline on fold. That's why we have to remove it before we do that. But now, so what we do now is that we get our 2.5 here. You know, the wideness of our neckline is 3 inches, so everything will amount to 5.5. So get your 2.5 here. Then down here, get 3 inches plus 2.5. That's 5.5. You get 5.5 here. You know, we come here by 2.5, and we are having 3 inches here as the wideness of our neck. So you connect it. You are going to cut out this. Then get the shape, whatever shape you want to give your this thing here. Get it here now. So I'll go ahead and give the down part of this the decoration. I'm going to give it V shape here. So you are good to leave it straight like this if you want it like that. And even for the neckline, you are good to use a V. You can use V shape. So for your neckline. So I will be coming up with like 3.5 inches here. Then I connect it to this end to give it a V shape down here. You can choose to even give this down part any style of your choice. You can place your French curve and do it this way, or you can do it this way. But for me, I choose to do straight one. You can do it this way, so you can cut any of these 3 parts. Me, I'll be using a straight one for this project. So this is what we'll be using for. So I'll go ahead now to go and join this together. I'm going to join it together this way. I will run it with 1/4 inch. I will join it all through. I will join it all through to this end. Then after that, I turn it to the right side here. Then I top stitch, then iron very well. So after doing that, after joining it, it will be like this. After joining that place, so I will now go ahead and use my trimmings. I will first of all, stitch this down. I will stitch it down this way. Then I will use my trimmings. I'll place my trimmings this way. I will do that to go around it. I'll be following this shape. I will place it on top of this. I'll be following it to this end. Then for the back, for my back cut, I'll go ahead and cut the facing. I'll cut out the facing for this. Let me just go ahead and use the remaining of my red fabric to cut out the facing. Let it be on fold. Let this be on fold. Then you place it on it. You place your main fabric on it this way. Place it on it this way. Then cut it out. Just get the length you want for your facing. So I'll be using 3 inches. So you mark your 3 inches round facing for the back. So I'm going to join it. I'm going to join it together, then turn it. You can choose to turn it to the right side or front side. You can use it to decorate even the back cut by turning this to the right side after joining the neckline. It could be like this. Then you just fold in the down parts. You fold it around, you iron it, then you stitch on it. Now this is it. I've gone ahead and joined this place together, the neckline. I've top stitched, and I've stitched down this part. So the next thing I'll go and do now is to place my trimmings on it, just this way. Place it round. But if you choose to use the strap, so all you need to do is to cut out one quarter, then you place it on it, you stitch it, then you fold it in. You fold it in to give you something like this. Then you do that round. So, and this is the back cut. I've joined the facing to the neckline and have ironed it very well. So this is it. I've ironed it, and I've ironed in half an inch because that's where I'm going to sew on before I stitch it down. So the next thing I will do after fixing my trimmings on the front part is to go ahead and insert this in it to join the shoulder together. So I will insert it this way, then turn it this way, and I go ahead and join it together with half an inch. I do that straight to the end. So then I turn it out. Now I've gone ahead and joined the shoulder, front and back together. This is it. I've inserted the front to the back through the facing. Then the next thing after doing that, you just go ahead and overlock this shoulder part. Then the next thing I do is that by our 10 inches that we use as our armhole, I've gone ahead and fold it front and back. I fold it with half an inch. I fold it in, stitch on it. Do the same thing here. So the next thing, which is the final stage that we'll go ahead and do now, is to join the side together with half an inch. This is the armhole. So we join the sides together to be done. Even if it is the long one you are making, it's the same process. You run through it, you stitch through it, then you do the second side the same way, then you hem the down part. You just fold the down part in with half an inch, you hem it, and the Agbada Boubou will be ready. So we'll show you iron it very well. So this side that all the side that I place my trimmings, ensure you iron it very well. At the back here, I will go ahead and iron it very well at the back so that it will relax very well. So that's the final stage.